Now, but it is true, my Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 character definitely needs to see a dermatologist. That is not a healthy set of hair here. Kind of worried about him. Yes, everybody, welcome to the Flight Simulator. After 2 days of a rough release, we're finally able to play here. And so it is about time that we try our first flight in this new Flight Simulator on the beautiful Airbus BELUGA XL. You know, Airbus's transport airplane made to transport around airplane parts. The Airbus BELUGA XL is very much based off the beautiful A330, a plane that's also now added new into the Flight Simulator. We're gonna check that out in a later video. In today's video, it's about time we see what it's like to fly this enormous beast. Can I do that? We are here at the beautiful airport of Innsbruck, which is very nicely modeled, and we can walk up to our airplane. Yes, the new walk-around mode, where we have to do, you know, a little bit of pre-flight checks. And we can already see there's a bug here. The Rolls-Royce Trent 700 engines right here have their engine covers on. They're supposed to be red, but I guess there's an issue with, with texturing, so it's showing up like this. Let's go ahead and remove it. Yes, and it reveals this beautifully modeled engine that I would like to jump into. And I mean, look at how nicely detailed it is. This plane is so well prepared for this walk around mode indeed, because you can literally read every text. Let's do some more pre-flight checkage. For example, we of course have to remove all of the covers. This is the static port cover. Yes, we've now done that. We are able to check the landing gear right here, see if it's in good condition. For example, the tires right here, examining conditions, brand new. The nose strut also is brand new. You can see right here, the GPU, which delivers electricity to our airplane on the ground, is very nicely connected. We can have a look at this wing, which is beautifully modeled. You can see every bolt. This is a default aircraft in a flight simulator, and it's amazing. Right tire, check that out. Condition all good. Size 400 by 530. Probably doesn't fit on your Maserati right strut. Yes, everything is absolutely fine. Let's go ahead and jump on board this huge aircraft transporter. We do that by, of course, accessing through the stair. Yes, let's do that. Beautiful. And now we are on board this airplane indeed. Take a look at this beautiful Airbus A330 cockpit, which is usually, I mean, that's just a usual A330 cockpit. Any A330 pilot should be able to fly this plane relatively well. Take a look at this. Let's turn on this airplane, turn on the external power. Yes, we can see the systems all booting up. Airplane is coming into live. I've already done a few flying here with this plane, and it is a really nice simulation of the A330. Of course, it was made by the developer of I9 Builds, who have made Beluga airplanes in the past. For X-Plane Flight Simulator, that was amazing. I tried to transport a few school buses with it. Worked out well. Fits super well into our fuselage, no worries at all. Now here in this iPad, we can, you know, open the door. Let's open all the doors indeed. And that takes forever in this Airbus Beluga. I'm pretty sure this is hydraulically operated, and it really does take its time. Yes, open up for us. Hey, you know what? I was kind of skeptical of this whole walk around thing, but I do like it. There's just so many details. For example, if you go into night view, yes, we see a flashlight pop up. Just like real airline pilots have to check their airplane from the outside. Makes a lot of sense. And now that the door's open, we can talk about loading our huge cargo space. Here under the EFB, we can, for example, load an A320 fuselage, or an A350 fuselage, or 2 A350 wings. By the way, that's 2 A320 fuselages. Let's go ahead and maybe load up a wing. Start load, and that spawns in a loader right here. Now, I think I've parked in the wrong location. It's kind of crashed into the air terminal building, but as you can see, yes, it rises right here to get to the level of this cargo deck. We could even walk around this thing. This is how good the texturing work is done. Now, if you have any questions about performance, I'm running this on an RTX 3080, and that's an old graphics card if you think about it. So this is actually pretty good on performance. Yes, the 2 A350 wings coming up nicely. Beautiful. Come on. Start loading. Yes, it's moving. Would you see this? Yes, nice. I mean, we could even take a picture of all this. Oh. For some reason, the picture, did you guys just see that? It just broke the nose landing gear. Okay, we can even rotate a little bit. We don't want that. And yes. All right, I think we're ready to already close the front door and get this ladder up right here. And we can focus on starting up this airplane, which I said once again is absolutely fine. Once again, I9 Builds totally cooked with this. Come on, let's start up everything. We could use our EFB, the new electronic flight bag, which helps us plan flights quite well. Departure airport, Lowy, that is Innsbruck. We can maybe set Munich airport as an arrival. We have runway 10 in use, and we can add a standard instrument departure, like this beautiful procedure. We even have stuff like, checklists here as well. For example, also the walk around, which I didn't check. I don't care about checklists, that's for the week. There you go, this is a beautifully now filed IFR plan. The Flight Simulator 2024 is definitely a flight simulator. We don't really need to install any big add-ons to make it look good or function good. All right, now the 2 engines are starting up. All is well, we can see spinach. We can even leave the cockpit here as well and try to get sucked into the engine, which doesn't necessarily work. So yes, there needs to be some... stupid. All right, all is well. I just noted I still do have the chocks attached, so we won't be able to move. Let's go and release those here from the EFB. All right, side of the flight simulator isn't really bug-free. Come on. Oh, all right, we need to move outside and remove them manually. All right, that's another way to do it. All right, and now it is time to set back. We don't need to push back tug. We can just reverse out of here, which sadly doesn't work. There's still some issues here. The sound design isn't very good either. For some reason, it doesn't... We can't really hear that reverse thrust power. Do you know what I mean? It's quite a weak sound, and it doesn't really reverse us at all. But let's go ahead and taxi this way. Come on. Come on, start taxiing nicely. We can do it. Turn left, turn right here. And there is still some bugs in the animation. I don't know why, but the nose wheel doesn't actually move to the left. It's kind of like just skidding along, like drifting, which is kind of weird. Yeah, Microsoft is a little bit weird sometimes still. There still needs to do some updating. But look how the aircraft taxis. It's a whole lot better than the old Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. All right, looking good. Now, I'm not really flying this airplane realistically at all, but let's go and put the flaps down, enter the runway, and the question is, do we need to backtrack to use the whole runway? Probably not. We can just take off from here. Maybe do an Air Serbia classic. Yes, and it's now time to take off. Full power into the Trent 700 engines. You can very much do it. Full power, and you can see this airplane is complaining about me not flying properly. Takeoff speeds not insert. Yeah, this is definitely not trying to be a game for everyone. This is genuinely well simulated, especially for being a default aircraft. Okay, please ignore the texturing that's wrong on the nose landing gear. Let's take off right now with this Airbus Beluga. And yes, we're able to see already this has got the beautiful tilted landing gear known from the Airbus A330, which means butter landings are going to happen today. Positive rate. Let's put the gear up. Yes, look at this. Okay, that animation was broken as well. Did you guys just see that? Yeah, okay, they definitely need to do some fixing on the texturing work. But look at this. And doesn't the Alps look great? It is November right now, and it looks like November. Do you know what I mean? Look how the colors change once we make it, for example, July. It looks like summer, and this looks like sad November. Everyone wants to die. Exactly what I want in flight simulation. Let's go ahead and try to come in for a landing. Yes, landing gear down. It appears as though the Airbus Beluga is quite a maneuverable airplane. And usual Airbus, it goes full power on auto throttle. Shut up, don't do that. We can put the spoilers down and just look at the modeling of this brush right here. Do you know what I mean? Let's get this brush, and we can move the speed brake lever, and it moves this brush. Can you see that? Just these minute details I do quite like a lot. Let's put the flaps down all the way already, so we can come in for a landing. Why did we crash? Maybe it was over G, but it wasn't over G. That was totally good flight maneuvering, and now we're kind of spawned into midair and die. That hasn't gone very well at all. Stop spawning me into midair and stop. No, it's spawning us into midair, and it's spawning us at 0 speed, which makes us crash even more. It's not necessarily helpful. All right, now we're at stop. All right, come on, let's slew ourselves up again. Not a good start. Sorry. All right, now we're back on approach. Now it's time for a butter landing. Now, the good thing is we can capture that because Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 now has a built-in recorder. We can record this flight, start recording, and then we can play it back later on. They partnered up with Flight Control Replay, who made a replay add-on for the 2020 variant. So come on, let's do this now. Try to come in for a landing. We are very fast. We are very high. We're not looking good. But what's looking good is the trees, you know? See how, you know, in the distance right here, there's a ski slope in real life, and there's, of course, no trees there. And it's like, you know, the trees are really where they belong, to the spot. And that's quite nice. Let's go ahead and land on this quite short runway. We should be able to do it, despite having an A350 wing inside of us. That can happen. Okay, come on now. We are on a good glide slope. We are very fast. Doesn't matter. Flapless landing. Clean landing. You know what's incredible about all this is that we came from the Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 where it was kind of hard to do a butter landing, and here the flight dynamics really have changed a bit. These airplanes now don't fly super choppy anymore. In fact, they're quite unresponsive, which I like. They don't feel as video game-like. This is not GTA 5 physics anymore. This is definitely landable and flyable. And the landing gear animations don't look like a video game anymore or like a toy plane anymore, but they do look good now. That was a great looking landing. It wasn't a great landing because we almost overran, but the brakes were able to do this. In X-Plane, they would be on fire. In real life, they would be on fire. Here, there's no fire whatsoever. That's something that's still missing. Let me go ahead and put this airplane to the test a little bit. We managed to stop in this very short distance. Yeah. Let's do Swiss's Air 1 Classic. Especially when this airplane is empty, it weighs pretty much nothing. And so when it's empty, it should be able to land on some crazy places, like St. Bartholomew. Take a look how that loads in nicely. We can spawn into an arrival here. And over there is St. Bartholomew Island. But the flight control replay that's included is quite crazy. You can, for example, get a ghost here. Ghost airplane to follow you. You can adjust the height. This is absolutely a useless new feature that I don't think I'll ever use, but it's included in the flight simulator, so why not? Let's get rid of it. And take a look at us circling this paradise of an island. And it does look great, and it comes out of the box like this. And look at those beautiful trees right here. All's absolutely well. We have a good airspeed. Runway is down there, and the plane does fly quite nicely. Come on, stay there. Yeah, looks good. That wasn't a good landing though. Come on, let's go ahead and stop now. Full on into the reverse thrust, which should work without any issues. Yes, if this airplane is empty, you're definitely able to stop it here at St. Barths with quite a lot of runway to spare. That's a good impression. Oh, and it didn't get a replay, and so we cannot see the landing from the outside. All right, replay mode. Why can't they just make it like X-Plane or Aerofly or any other flight simulator that automatically records, and you don't have to do this kind of stuff? That's so weird. Oh. Yes, here's our GTA-esque loading screen, which is a bit broken. So what do you say, Microsoft Flight Simulator? What a okay first look. Not perfect. Hello? Are you doing... He's so sad or high with a lot of hair issues. Why cannot they get that right? By the way, the cabin is a little bit boring. Sadly, we cannot go upstairs to the upper deck to take a look at the cargo bay. There is no way to access that at all. Oh, okay, I actually found a bug. This is the first time I've been able to do that. We cannot use either of these things, so this is not like full crazy immense realism, but this is definitely like a add-on plane that you would pay, what, $60 for? Something like that. That'll be quite a challenge to get back. Ah, never mind. Yeah, okay, this flight simulator is not perfect just yet. It could use a few bug fixes and improvements, but it's time now to do the Airbus Beluga test. Can we fly with the hatch open? Let's find out. Come on, full power. Yes. Experience the Trent 700 power. You can do it. Okay, not enough airspeed, but that's fine. There's a little ground contact is okay as well. And this airplane flies without any issues, which is a bit weird. As that isn't very simulated. This gets a 0-star review. So everybody, the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. I can't wait to upload a million videos with this. Thankfully, I have a VPN now that actually makes me able to fly it. Although without it, I can't for some reason. And so thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, good night. And a special thanks goes out to my members, my supporters: Guns Killer, R27, James Duram, That Dude, Anime Gods of Gaming, Derek, Insider Plane, Nishijitsu Finder, Professional Jamal, Ryland Williams, and New the York. You've got beautiful names.